hate you. Love is over, 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 yeah. Love is over, over, over.
Hello, I'm Victonist and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different from my normal content. I usually don't make videos with voiceovers, but I figured this would be the best way to go about a video like this. I've never made a video like this before, so please bear with me if I don't explain things well or if I miss a few things here and there. If you find that I did leave something important out or you simply want to add on to what I've already said, please feel free to comment it down below. I do also want to apologize in advance for any background noises or for any poor audio quality. At the moment, I don't own a microphone, so I am recording this on my phone. With that said, let's get started. To start off, I want to give some brief background on Rain. Jung Ji-hoon, famously known by his stage name Rain, is a K-pop soloist that debuted on May 13, 2002 under JYP Entertainment. He also had a short-lived but successful acting career. In terms of being an idol, Rain is well known for his unbeatable stage presence. Some of his notable songs are Rainism and Gong. In 2007, Rain would leave JYP Entertainment and start his own company, J-Tune Entertainment. They eventually became an affiliate of JYP. It would be in 2009 when J-Tune Camp, a subsidiary of J-Tune Entertainment, would debut their first boy group M-Black. M-Black were somewhat famous for coming from a smaller label. Everyone that was into K-pop had at least heard of them or heard one of their songs, but their debut time was unfortunate as groups like Infinite and Beast debuted around the same time. Despite this, M-Black were still able to top the charts. However, J-Tune Camp didn't seem to know how to manage the group and its members properly, leading to member departures and their eventual last comeback in 2015. It is assumed that they have silently disbanded by now. M-Black would not be the only group to fall victim to J-Tune Camp, as they debut another group named Madtown in 2014. Madtown would be managed by J-Tune until its eventual closure in 2017 when they'd be moved to G&I Entertainment. This was just another case of Rain abandoning his groups when he had no idea what to do with them. There are many details I've left out about these two groups, but since this video is not about them, I'm going to stop it here. In 2015, Rain would open his new company, fittingly calling it Rain Company. It would be in 2021 when Rain Company would announce the debut of their first boy group, Ciipher. Right away, fans of M-Black and Madtown, along with the general public, were skeptical as Rain has a horrible track record when it comes to managing boy groups. Despite this, people had hoped that maybe Rain had grown and had learned to properly manage his groups. Rain even went on record saying that he would make Ciipher famous and that he felt like a proud dad when he looked at them. The hype for Ciipher was high, as 6 out of the 7 members had appeared on survival shows in the past and as a result had fandoms of their own. Tan had been on No Mercy, Hyunbin had been on Produce X101, Keita and Do Hwan had been on YG Treasure Box, Won had been on Under 19 and even debuted in the final group of Wonder 9, and Tag had been on High School Rapper 4. The only member that hadn't been on a survival show was Hui. Prior to debuting, Ciipher would be on various different variety shows, which seemed to give off the impression that Rain was actually committed to his promise of making Ciipher famous. However, when Ciipher appeared on Weekly Idol, they didn't appear alone. Rain was also there, making it a joint episode between him and his group. This episode was also a bit controversial, as Rain had made a deal to have his episode with Ciipher air earlier than planned, resulting in another group's episode, On and Off's, being pushed back. Weekly Idol would not be the only show Rain joined them on, as he would be there for every single one. This made it nearly impossible for Ciipher to make a name for themselves, as they were constantly being overshadowed by their own CEO. Netizens also were not a fan of Ciipher's introduction, blaming Rain for how corny and embarrassing it sounded. Ciipher's introduction is as follows. "Save us, hello, we are Ciipher. Please save our lives just once." Many people felt that it was almost pathetic that the boys were seemingly begging for salvation with their introduction. Ciipher's pre-debut promotions were not received well due to Rain's management, making people once again remember how bad he is at managing groups. Side note, but Rain had actually spoiled Ciipher's debut in January by revealing their debut song on a live, which ruined some people's expectations. Regardless, on March 15, 2021, Ciipher would debut with their mini-album I Like You and the title track of the same name.
Baby 나도 안 굴러 널 원하는 남자들을 지나래도 Oh yeah, oh my god 뜨거운 여름 속에 내 맘도 녹아 like
It seemed that a lot of people were not a fan of this track due to the use of extreme autotune and almost memeable choreography. The group would go on to promote on a few music shows and radio shows, but it wasn't enough to get their name out there, as rookies need a lot more exposure to the public in order to gain a stable fan base. Following debut promotions, Ciipher would take a 6-month hiatus. During this time, they would still post content such as vlogs, covers, TikToks, and even go live to talk to their fans. They would also participate in a few music shows and festivals in between. Even with all of this content, Ciipher still did not have their own reality show, which would have played a crucial role in gaining fans. It would be on September 28, 2021, when Ciipher would make their first comeback with their second mini-album Blind and the title track of the same name. This comeback was announced on August 30th, with the comeback scheduler being posted a week later.
손깍지가 껴나보는 I think I'm loving you 콩깍지가 껴나보는
Let it be known that Ciipher's title track was spoiled yet again, as Rain had Ciipher perform it on KCON4U 4 days before their actual comeback date. For Ciipher's comeback, they held a comeback showcase with no prior announcement. On the day of the showcase, pictures were released where member Hyunbin was hosting the event himself. During this era, the promotions were way shorter and the boys didn't appear on any variety shows to promote their new music. When Ciipher would appear on any variety shows, Rain would still accompany them. While they'd be there, Rain would do most of the talking, making it so Ciipher had almost no say. Side note, but member Won spoke out to say he hadn't been credited for a song that he wrote that appeared on their second mini-album, Blind. Instead of doing more to promote Blind on variety shows or different YouTube contents, Rain Company would have Ciipher hold different fan call events. The fan call event started in September of 2021 and ended in April of 2022. Mind you, the promotions for their mini-album only lasted 3 weeks. These fan call events were simply to make profit off of Ciipher without Rain Company losing as much money as they would by giving the group a comeback. On May 11, 2022, Ciipher would release their third mini-album, The Code, with the title track Fame.
1, 2, 3 Let's chase the fame 크게 외쳐봐 Scream out my name 머리를 비워 All out I will never fall out.
The album was originally planned to release in March, but the company changed the date without telling the members why. Despite this, Fame era went smoothly, and a lot of people seemed to think that this would be a turning point for Ciipher. Ciipher had even been invited to an event in Turkey in June, were invited to various festivals in July, and held their first Thailand fansign event in August. Side note, but Ciipher had participated in Dream Stage Instar Flex VR in July, which had never been mentioned by Rain Company. In October, the promotions would come to a halt. It seemed that Rain had put the Ciipher members on a social media ban. It would also be around this time that member Won would be caught up in a dating scandal with a girl group member. This led to Ciipher getting a bunch of hate from K-Nets as well as fans of the girl group member. Rain Company would later put out a statement saying, "It's the artist's private life, so it's hard to confirm," which only led to more malicious comments towards Won and the other members. Following the dating scandal, Ciipher was silent for almost 2 months. On November 29, 2022, it was announced that Ciipher was allegedly going to be handed over to another company as Rain was stepping down as CEO. However, this was quickly shut down. The quick handling of Rain's scandal only angered Ciipher fans more, as they were not making any statements on Ciipher, nor did they rush in to defend Won during his dating scandal. Also in November, member Tan participated in the K-drama Phantom School, but it wasn't promoted at all by Rain Company. Ciipher would also do an OST for the drama that would go completely unmentioned. On December 29, 2022, it was announced that member Keita would be participating on Mnet's upcoming survival show Boys Planet. It would later be discovered that member Tag was also supposed to be participating, but dropped out due to unknown reasons. On February 20th, 2023, member Hyunbin was announced as one of the trainees on MBC's upcoming survival show Fantasy Boys. On March 15th, 2023, Ciipher's second anniversary, only members Won, Hui, Do-hwan, and Tan were seen visiting their subway ads. Tag was nowhere to be seen, and Keita and Hyunbin were not able to go due to their participation on their respective survival shows. Let it be known that there were no posts to congratulate Ciipher on their second anniversary. Following the end of Boys Planet and Fantasy Boys, Keita nor Hyunbin had made it into the final lineups. Fans suspected that the two would now be returning to Ciipher. On June 22, 2023, it marked the second anniversary for Ciipher's fandom Clue, but only Keita went live. However, he was avoiding all Ciipher-related comments. It can be assumed that he was advised to do so by the company. On June 16th, Keita had opened a solo Twitter account and has since opened a Japan one as well. He also became active on Instagram again. On July 5th, Keita collaborated with PH1 on the song Metronome. On August 3rd, it was announced that Keita would be debuting in a project group called Blit under Jellyfish Entertainment. The group would consist of Keita and 6 trainees from Boys Planet. This leaves us where we are now. As of now, there are seemingly no plans for Ciipher. Members Tan, Do-hwan, and Won have since re-uploaded their Instagram icons, making people think they're planning to use their Instagrams again soon. There has been no word from members Hyunbin, Hui, and Tag. Fans have been begging for a statement from Rain Company, but unfortunately it has been falling on deaf ears. Hopefully someday in the near future, Rain Company will make a statement instead of staying silent like they always do.
잘 들어